When times are tough, it seems people are not turning to a drink. Market research firm Euromonitor has found that global sales of alcohol are falling for the first time in 15 years. It's a trend particularly notable in slowing emerging economies. And it seems what we are drinking is changing as well. In America, a nation typically associated with beer and bourbon, it seems millennials are fast developing a taste for wine. For more on the trends in the wine industry, I want to bring in David Duncan. He is CEO of California-based Silver Oak and joins us here in New York. David, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. First, give me a picture of what you are seeing overall in terms of demand. Is the economic uncertainty that's out there hurting consumption from what you can see?
We're not seeing that right now, Maggie. I think the key indicator that I like to look at is the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Poll, and while that's down a little bit, we're really seeing consumers actively out eating. The post-recession days are behind us, and in your opening piece, you talked about how wine's global sales or consumption is down, but sales are actually up from a dollar standpoint. So we think that people are really turning towards drinking less, but drinking better, and we're seeing that trend strongly today.
Trading up, exactly. And it seems that younger people especially, which maybe would be counterintuitive because you think they're starting out, maybe don't have that much money, but we've consistently seen that millennials are very picky and getting very educated about what they're drinking. How do they differ from perhaps earlier generations, and what are you doing to reach this important market?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very important market, and I think that, remember the oldest millennials now are about 38 years old, and so they're really moving into their earning power, getting the jobs, and really grew up in an environment with better things. Their parents drank wine. I remember years ago somebody saying, the kids won't want to drink what their parents drank, but actually what we're finding for Silver Oak and for Twomey is that it's a family tradition. And so as the millennials are getting into being able to afford better luxury goods, it's something that they look for and really strive to get.
And I suppose that they hear about it and are educated about it from a very young age, much like food when you talk about local sourcing and, paying for what you want. The millennials in the U.S., we know, have been an important market for you. I think a third of some of your traffic is from millennials, which really surprised me. What about internationally? How are you trying to grow the brand internationally? And are younger drinkers an important part of that as well?
Absolutely. And I think, what we're really seeing is the interest in California wines and the respect of California wines worldwide is growing tremendously. We've grown from 31 countries to 48 countries over the last 3 years. International sales make up about 7% of our sales now. And, it's a continuing market that is really an exciting area that as California wines get, more and more respect on the international scene.
Yeah, we see another industry that is really feeling the sort of interconnected global economy that we've become. One of the hurdles has got to be Mother Nature. Hard to control that. We know drought is a constant worry for you out in California. How are you adapting the business to deal with what is, it seems like now, a permanent headwind?
It is. It is part of the beast that we're farmers, and we do have to deal with Mother Nature. We did have in Northern California, particularly, we had a very decent rainfall and some good snowpack. It's tougher in Southern California. One of the things that we're really applying now is technology, and so technology in the vineyard has impacted, particularly in the last 5 to 7 years, has really impacted our water use, the way we approach knowing what the vine needs, and has decreased our water use dramatically in this time, which is everything we could do to help.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say, Napa, Sonoma, one of my favorite places on earth. I can't wait to stop by and visit you next time I'm out there. I recommend everyone, a must-see on everyone's destination list. David, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your knowledge about the wine industry with us today. Appreciate it.